I once heard the Reverend Greg Ward preach, and in the sermon ask, "Who saved you?" Who saved you? Who talks like that? In a Unitarian Universalist church, who talks like that? By definition, universalism is the belief in universal salvation. If there is a God, and if God is a loving God, then how could a loving God condemn any of his creation to hell? Therefore, we believe all are saved. But hell is not just some imaginary supernatural afterlife. We know there are many hells in this life. There's the hell of loneliness. There's the hell of being judged less than. There's the hell of hunger. The hunger of the body for food is one kind of hell, but how about the hunger to be touched? How about the hunger to be accepted? How about the hunger to feel loved? How about the hunger to express love? Who saved you? Whose gentle embrace made you believe that love was real? Who fed you enough love and acceptance to make you believe that you mattered? Who said yes to the love that you offered? Who saved you? This faith saved me. This faith, embodied by a bunch of unruly hippie teenagers in suburban New Jersey, saved me when I was one of them in the early 1970s. Our denomination now has different programming for teenage youth called Young Religious Unitarian Universalists, with a handy acronym, YRUU. Back before YRUU, there was LRY. LRY stood for Liberal Religious Youth, although if you asked any one of us, we might say Luscious Raspberry Yogurt or Little Republic of Yemen. It was a group of largely unsupervised 14 to 19-year-olds loosely affiliated with this denomination from 1954 to 1982. I invite you to do a web search for liberal religious youth to learn more. We were not an easy group. We were often criticized for being too inclusive of peers unaffiliated with the church, perhaps at the expense of the children of church members. All sorts of illicit and inappropriate things happened at LRY conferences then that would not be tolerated today. And yet, it was where me, an overweight, unathletic, working-class kid in an upper-middle-class neighborhood, socially awkward, acne-faced, non-conforming, badly groomed, weirdly different, intellectually curious, left-leaning adolescent found acceptance and love. I wasn't accepted despite being weird. I was accepted because I was weird. It is where I got the first present from a peer, not my relative, and not because someone's parents bought it. It was a handmade candle that Anne and Betsy made. I knew that they had no romantic interest in me, but the smell of that sandalwood candle got me through many lonely nights. Anne and Betsy saved me. It was the faces that I saw in that dream, the one where I was being marched to the firing squad, and my LRY friends swooped in on bicycles, overpowered the guards with seltzer bottles, and carried me away, and I woke up laughing. Cecilia and Walter and Tommy and Corey saved me. It is where I had my first kiss, my first hug from a peer, where I learned to give and receive back rubs, where we played silly games like Duck, Duck, Goose and Wink and Earthball Soccer and Buck, Buck. Meredith saved me. It is where I learned to bake yeast bread from scratch, where I learned that you could knead it by playing catch, and where we shared it fresh out of the oven, slathered in butter and honey. It wasn't just my body that got fed. Judy saved me. It is where I first met openly gay youth and had the opportunity to work past the divide society had put between us. Brian saved me when he sang, "I have a friend I've never seen. He hides his head inside a dream. Someone should call him and see if he can come out. Try to lose the down that he's found, but only love can break your heart." Brian, help break my heart open with those words. Sorry. Our denomination does not require any one of us to subscribe to a creed, but as an organization, we have articulated 7 principles. I don't recall any mention of those in my time in LRY. I don't recall anyone ever talking about the inherent dignity and worth of each person. I don't recall any mention of the free and responsible search for meaning or the interdependent web of all existence. It's just where I first recall those all as lived, embodied experience. Scott, who I met at an LRY campout 50 years ago, is still my friend today. Scott saved me. More names and faces than I can remember. This faith saved me. LRY saved me. LRY saved my soul in a time of my life when it was most imperiled, when I didn't even know that I was trying to find a we that I could belong to. Who saved you?